We've got something a little more interesting today than normal. We've got ourselves a deck box, which took a little bit of damage, it looks like, in shipping, but hopefully it's okay. This is from a brand that we've done before, Archival Pro. Again, this was sent over to me for free in exchange for a review. This particular deck box is, if I'm not mistaken, a Commander-style deck box. It comes with 100 card sleeves, and it also comes with 25 top loaders. So, interesting little combination there. Thought I would request this and see if it's any good. So we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to see if it's actually worth your money. Now, as I mentioned, the shipping, unfortunately, don't let the shipping reflect on the product itself. You know, those things kind of happen. There's really nothing that the producers of these boxes can really do about the shipping, unfortunately. So yeah, we're just going to completely forgive the shipping issue there. But yeah, first look here. Look at this. Wow, that is a very bright, bright white there. Okay, and there's your, looks like there's your commander window there. Wow, and there's definitely some stuff in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start taking a look at this. I'm already seeing an issue here that I'm not terribly happy with, but let's take a look at some stitching. Stitching looks okay. We're getting a little blemish there on the top. Now, of course, this is white, so unfortunately, white is going to show a lot of dirt. So you do have to take that into account depending on the color that you decide to order if you decide to try this product. But the stitching looks okay. A little bit of excess glue right there on the inside, but the stitching looks good there. This commander window looks pretty decent as well. Yeah, pretty form there. Not as much glue here on there or there. Okay, so the gluing looks fine. Let's go ahead and open this thing up now. And wow, okay, so this thing actually has 8 magnets. I already saw it here. Yeah, that's 8 magnets there. That's actually really, really good. Okay, yeah, you can see them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got 4 more over there. Oh, no. We've got some excess glue there. Can you see that? Right there. That does not look pretty. That's unfortunate. We also have it right over here as well. I did expect to see some kind of markings where the magnets are, and you do see a little bit right there, but then you've got this excess glue, and it's like, ah, come on. This could have been prevented. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we've got some glue there, and there is the stuff we have on the inside. Let's go ahead and take this out. Okay, so there's our Archival Pro. I've seen these before. These are penny sleeves. They are not deck sleeves. And then we've got the top loaders here. We will be taking a look at the top loaders. We will be taking a look at the penny sleeves. And here we go. Let's open this thing all the way up there. We do have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 magnets that hold the back flap up like that. Does come out. Lays out flat. Let me see. Any stitching issues on the back there? Not that I can see. What about on the flap itself? Looks like we've got some more excess glue right here also. That is unfortunate. Come on, guys. You got to clean this up a little bit. Stitching looks okay, though. Let me flip this over. Do we have any bubbling? Nope, no bubbling. Yeah, actually looks pretty good. Very, very nice job there. Okay. So far, I'm only seeing issues with glue and with little blemishes. But again, it being white, it's going to have those issues, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Yeah, this is what I was seeing here. These ends right here, I don't know how clear that comes out on camera, but they kind of stick out a little bit. Like they're not quite flush. And even then, it seems like it just wasn't glued down enough there. Okay, so there was too much glue on other parts, but not enough glue where it really needed it. Okay, interesting. Well, it looks mostly okay. I guess I'm being just a little nitpicky there. And then, of course, you've got your commander window right over here. The inside, though, it does have that soft felt lining. On the inside, I am seeing a little bit of wrinkling right in there. Not sure how clear that comes out on camera. Let's see. Yeah, beyond that one little wrinkle issue, the inside looks mostly okay. Yeah, it looks mostly okay there. All right. So the deck box itself, as far as build quality, does feel okay. Let's check capacity there. Let me see. The deck box, did it say exactly what the capacity was? It did not. Okay, so we're going to grab our commander deck. And there we are. Grab all 100 of these cards. These are 100 cards, single-sleeved. We're going to just stuff them all in here. And we're going to check capacity. This looks like it should easily house a commander deck, and it does. There you go. That's 100 single-sleeved cards. We still got plenty of room. Let me grab my secondary deck. And this is 30 cards. This looks like it should easily hold an extra 30. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Easy. 130. You could actually push it up to maybe 135. So easily able to house a commander deck, a sideboard, and some tokens. So very, very nice there. Yeah, the capacity is definitely there. Let me take this out. And since we're here, let's go ahead and stick it right back in. And we're going to go ahead and check on these magnets. Now, just on the strength that I felt from them, I do have high hopes. So here is to hoping these things hold up. Because with 8 magnets, even with just 100 cards, should be able to hold up. So let's go ahead and close this up here. And again, does have the 8 magnets there, as you can see. And again, that darn glue blemish. All right, so again, we're going to do a shake test. We're going to see how this holds up here. We'll start real light. Feels fine. Let's go a little more aggressive now. Oh yeah, even with some much more aggressive shaking there, these magnets are definitely holding up. Let's just go all out here. Wow. Okay, so those magnets are really holding their own here. Okay. That is impressive. Those are some very impressive magnets. Again, that's 100 cards, single-sleeved, and it was able to hold them in without a problem. Now, of course, if you fully load it up, might not be as strong, but that's very, very impressive. Very, very good magnets there. All right, so that's actually excellent. Good job there, Archival Pro, on the magnets. Good placement. Of course, it isn't necessarily just the magnets themselves, it's also the flap, and it's where the magnets are placed. And if you can see here, you've got 2 right here kind of in the middle, and then you've got 2 more up top. And so when it's trying to slide out, it's got 4, basically a total of 8 magnets holding it in place there. So that's why this one performed as well as it did. So actually pretty darn good as far as magnets are concerned. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. These I've looked at before. These are not card sleeves. These are penny sleeves, okay? They do kind of go hand in hand with these top loaders. But just know, whenever you get these particular sleeves, these are, again, not deck sleeves. I've tested these before. They're just regular old penny sleeves. They do have a very snug fit to them. So as far as them being penny sleeves, they're fine. They perform as expected. So now these top loaders, which I have not looked at these before. So let's go ahead and open these up. All right, so, oh, these are interesting. Okay, these are different. Look at this. Okay, that is interesting. Look at these. These are very, very different top loaders. Can you see the difference there? I know you got a bit of a reflection there, but these are, okay, these are very different. Let me grab a regular top loader. I noticed right from when I looked at them, I was like, these seem different. But yeah, they are definitely 100% different. Can you see the difference there? It's kind of hard to tell on camera because, again, I got my lights here. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's... they are pretty different. Here, we'll put them right there at the bottom. But yeah, these have a very noticeable lip right here. That is interesting. Okay, that's a very different design for top loaders there. Okay, that's a very different approach. And not only that, but these edges, which are normally uniform, it's got a little bit of a lip here on the edge too. Interesting. It's almost like they took a semi-rigid like this and then stuck half of a top loader on top of it like that. It's almost like they did that. That's interesting. Okay, a pretty different approach to top loaders. Not sure how much I like it, but it does... Wow, okay, so that's very, very different. I don't think it's specifically because of this commander window, which, looking at this commander window, I did just notice a nice big fat glob of glue right there too, so we've got more glue problems. But yeah, these are very, very different. Okay, let me see, how stiff are these? They're about the same. Actually, they're slightly stiffer from the feeling of it. Yeah, these feel ever so slightly stiffer than your standard top loader. So, yeah, a tiny bit stiffer. Okay. Let me see. What about this side? Let's see. Yeah, ever so slightly stiffer. Just a tiny, tiny bit stiffer, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now, of course, if you were going to be trying to use these to ship cards, you'd probably have to mark your envelope as non-machinable, because this sucker is not going to bend as much as it needs to in the machines. I can tell you that right now. It's going to struggle. It's going to get stuck in the machines. Could potentially damage your card. Don't ever do that. But yeah, okay, so that's interesting. Let's grab a sleeved card here, if I can find one. Here we go. We'll just grab like a regular sleeve. And let me see, is that a Yu-Gi-Oh sized? That is a Yu-Gi-Oh sized. Okay, so we'll go with the regular standard sized. Okay, and now we're going to slip it right on in here. And again, it does have that lip there, so it's kind of easy to get it in. All right. So that's the way it looks. Now, as you can see, based on size, or it may not be necessarily easy to see, the overall size is ever so slightly smaller, like slightly thinner, than a regular standard 3x4 top loader. So these are not exactly standard sized. In fact, from what I'm seeing here, as far as overall size, these are ever so slightly smaller. I'm talking maybe less than a millimeter smaller, but they are, it looks like, again, noticeably thicker. Let me grab my micrometer here just to kind of give you an idea. Here's our base, which is a regular top loader. We're going to go with millimeters. As far as thickness, that's about 1 millimeter thick. Let's go with this one. That, yep, 1.5 millimeters thick. So it is noticeably thicker. That's what I was seeing there. What about the overall size here? About 76.9. And this one, about 76.3. So yeah, ever so slightly smaller. That's why I was saying it's less than a millimeter as far as size. So they are overall, from the outside here, a little bit smaller, but they are definitely thicker. So yeah, these are thicker boys. So that's probably why they do feel a little bit stiffer than your regular top loaders there. So that's kind of an interesting, yeah, that's again, it's like a hybrid. I'm actually kind of, this is actually really interesting to me. I've never seen one like this. Interesting little hybrid, kind of like semi-rigid / top loader with the lip there. That's actually really cool. Let me put our Yu-Gi-Oh card in there as well. So for the Yu-Gi-Oh players, you'll get an idea of what that looks like. There you go. That's how it looks. Just like that. Very nice. Let's go ahead and stick it here in the deck box. And let's go ahead and just slide this in here. And it should slide right in, and it does. And the good thing, as I've noticed here, is that it does have a much, it hugs the top loader much better. So as you can see, that sucker ain't coming out. Actually, that's a great design. I love that. Yeah, it's hugging that top loader really, really well. That thing is not coming out at all. Even just regular holding it up and trying to shake that thing out, it's not coming out. Excellent. Okay, so that's the way it's going to look there when it's all commandered up. I guess, let me see, does it move around in here a little bit? Not very much. It moves a little, but not very much. And of course, if you needed to take it out, it should just slide right out, and it does. Same thing here. Yeah, that is actually really, really impressive. I am liking this whole setup more and more by the second here. This is actually really, really good. Okay, that's awesome. Great job there. All right, so, what do I think about this? So you've got your top loaders. Again, this is a combo package. You've got your top loaders, which are a little bit different than normal. You've got your penny sleeves, which again, like I said, these are just, they operate just as normal penny sleeves. And then you've got your deck box. I would say the combo itself is very, very interesting in itself. It really is just kind of really very much a combo buy there. I mean, the deck box, aside from the fact that, again, this is a white one, so it's going to show dirt. So just keep that in mind. That, and of course, the excessive glue problems that I'm seeing here. The deck box is actually really, really good. The magnets are excellent. They work amazingly well. And again, you've got your little commander window right here, which, again, it holds the card in there perfectly. Doesn't slide out. The deck box, aside from its few blemishes from the glue, is excellent. This is a great deck box. The top loaders, very interesting concept, a little bit of a different look, and a little bit different thickness there as well. But yeah, they work. They work just fine. That's really interesting. I would say as a combo, this is good. This is really, really good. Now, do keep in mind that there are different colors, okay? It doesn't come just in white. I just picked the white. So yeah, that's going to happen. Again, like I said, white collects dust or dirt very easily, so do keep that in mind. I'm sure they have black ones and some other colors there as well. So if you choose a different color, you're not going to have the issues that I'm having there with the blemishes on it. I think if they can just clean up the excess glue issue, that this is going to be actually a very, very very good combo. I mean, and again, in case I've not remarked on it, it does have that kind of PU leather feel on the outside. It is a little grippy, but not super grippy. But I would say yes, this is actually a nice little combo here. If for some reason or another you need not only the Commander deck box with good capacity, over 130 cards, single sleeved, and if you needed some very interesting top loaders and just a handful of penny sleeves, this is a 100 pack. This is actually really good. This is an excellent combo. I love this. This is a great job, Archival Pro. I'm going to give a recommendation here that yes, if this is a combo that you're looking for, like you could get use out of all these pieces, go for it. Again, I don't know the price. The pricing changes all the time, so I'm not going to list that here, but I will put an affiliate link down in the description in case you want to take a look at this. This gets a pass from me. This gets a recommendation. If you decide to give it a try, I think you should be pretty darn satisfied with it. Yeah, good job, Archival Pro. Anyways, thanks for checking out the video, guys. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the video, all of the good YouTuber stuff, and we'll see you next time.